Sharaim, I think it's time that I step back because I had tried to discuss with you in the beginning, Queen Mother, that your expectations of people are way too high, and your pain is what's in the way of, you know, I can't even get into it with you because if I don't step back from you, I'm going to turn around and scream at you because you make dental appointments during food service, and we would never be permitted to do that, whether it's the temple or the ashram. I don't think that's fair. I think you're misusing your authority, and I think that you're not being fair. And I think a lot of the folks that you put out the temple, it wasn't just them that had the issue. You have issues yourself, and you're not looking at those issues. And I told you that I was not able to drive around a lot, and I see I'm taking you to the dentist, I'm taking you here, and I'm taking you there. And I don't think that's right, because if I made a doctor's appointment around the time that I was supposed to do food service, you would have an issue with it. But since you're the boss, it seems like you feel that you can do whatever you want to do. But when somebody else does it, it's either do as you say and not as you do. You can't do that with somebody like me. I can't speak for all the other people. I'm speaking for myself. I can't do this with you anymore. I can't. Because I was very angry today. Because, and then I come there to pick you up. You're not even there. Why would I see the text message if I'm driving and my phone just got turned on and it was dead? See, you're not thinking about others beside yourself, ma'am. And that's not fair. And I cannot deal with this anymore. I'm not going to get sick, and I'm not running my car down. I know most of the people there at Penn Station. I can pick another day. I can buy sandwiches on my own, and I could take it there. Now, I don't know what you're going to do with Tanisha and the rest of them, how you're going to deliver the food for that. That's on you. I can't do this anymore. I cannot do it because it looks as though you feel you can do whatever you want to do, but I better not, or nobody else better do it, because you're the boss of that's misusing authority. If I'm dedicated into this food service and I don't make appointments, and I have a billion things going on, like moving into another place, I have a billion things going on. Okay, and you have a husband. I don't have a spouse anymore. I have to do everything myself. And you know this. But, you preach about others being self-absorbed and it's all about them and all that. But look what you're doing. Are you taking that lens that you're looking at others and looking at it towards yourself? If you're not doing that, then probably you should start doing that. Because I've been working with you for 4 months now, and all I've been seeing, the same thing, day in and day out. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's not all about the ministry. It's all about you. And that's not fair. I'm not going to continue with this. This is not who I am. I am not going to allow anybody to be the boss over me, whether it's my personal life, whether it's in ministry. I'm not going to allow it, because I would never misuse my authority like this. You're misusing your authority, ma'am. Yes, you are. You don't think that you're not, but you are. And that's not fair. That's not fair. And you really need to reevaluate that after listening to this tape, because it's not fair. Life is not fair, but guess what? I retired 15 years ago. I should not have to be driving you or anybody else around. I shouldn't have to do that. It's one thing to drop the food off to the people. And if I'm going to go and do that at Penn Station by myself while you sit at the dentist and get your teeth done, I may as well just do it by myself if that's the case. I may as well just buy my own sandwiches from somewhere else and do it myself on another day when you're not doing it. That's all. And I could always get the certificate or or go to the mayor's office and get a certificate. Whatever I have to do. But this can't continue, Queen Mother. I can't do this. After this Thursday, I'm done. You don't want me to do the community report, I won't do the community report. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm done. I cannot do this with you anymore. You can't talk to you. You say things like, I'm not going to lower my standards for people. You know, they have to be willing to do certain things a certain way, and I'm the boss of this temple. You can't do that. You sound just like Bishop Jones. And I went through it with him. And I'm not going through the same thing with you. I am not going to do things the way you feel that it should be done. You could do it the way you want to do it. And I got to check in with you about this. I don't like that. I don't like that. I have no bosses. I'm retired. I worked all my life. I served. I have been a great follower and a supporter. And I'm tired of being bossed around. And it has nothing to do with you being a woman. Nothing at all. But you're not being fair. I think that you're making this all about you, and I'm not going to do that with you anymore. I'm not doing that. And I was very angry with you today. And if you go to Oracle about this, you will see I've been very angry with you because you're alienating folks. I'm the only elder standing in this temple. How is that possible? You got to start looking at what you're doing, not just other people, ma'am. You really do. And if you think this is a sign of weakness, then I guess you're weak as well. Okay? Because I'm not doing this. I am not driving myself into the hospital. I am not running my car engine down, driving you around when I already told you. And every time, and you slip things in there. This is what you do to convenience yourself. And that's not cool. That's misusing your authority. And the way you push those people out like that, you didn't look at your side of what you didn't do right. You know, and furthermore, I don't think it was right the way you came off when your mother passed away. People do whatever they're going to do. You know, you can't put your expectations on people like that and expect them not to go off on you. People pop off on you because you push them to pop off on you, ma'am, and it's not cool. You got to look at what you're doing. And maybe this will show you that, hey, it's not just the people that are working with you or have come and gone. It has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with just seeking information. If I'm going to go out there by myself while you're doing a dental appointment, then I may as well just do the ministry by myself on another day when you're not there with me, if that's the case. And then you apologize just like your husband does, but yet you do whatever you want to do to convenience yourself, and it's not cool. It's not cool. And I mean, it'll have nothing to do with the money. I'm going to get money regardless, whether I get it from you extra or whether I get it from getting paid and putting it aside. I think it's best for me to do this on my own, to go and make this food delivery on my own. And I'm not talking about to Tanisha and them. I'm talking about to Penn Station. If I had to do that today alone while you were sitting at the dentist, which I think is very unfair, and you said to me that if you're serving you're doing service to the temple, you're doing service to the temple. You shouldn't be having doctor's appointments when you get ready to. No, you can't do. Leadership is not a position. It is the act of leading by example, ma'am. You cannot put that do as I say and not as I do. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. And I'm starting to see that a lot of the folks that you have been talking about, it's not just them. You have a side to you that you're very difficult to work with. And I looked up the disability that you have, and it says that you guys have a lot of trouble socializing with people. things have to be done a certain way, and it's it comes across very narcissistic, and I cannot deal with that. Rather than to scream on you and go crazy, which I was about to do today, I don't need to do that because it's not good for me. This is about me right now. I got to look out for me. You're looking out for yourself, and I got to look out for me. Asking me how I feel and showing me how you think, what you really think about me. And I'm not talking about buying the shirt and giving the $60. All of that does not matter to me. What matters to me is if you are dedicated to serving the folks at Penn Station, and then you're never on time for an appointment. When I get there, I got to wait for you a long time. It's like it's like time has got to stop for you. And that's not cool. That's not cool at all. It isn't cool. It's not. I cannot do that. I'm too old to be under other bosses. I don't need no bosses. Okay? And I'm not taking your information and teaching it to anybody at all, because I'm not that type of person. You do whatever you feel you have to do. If you want to make my name bad on IM, you do what you have to do. If you feel that's what you want to do. But I cannot do this with you anymore. I can't. I just can't, because I come home frustrated. I go to the doctor. I got a lot of knots in my neck, from my neck down to my back. I can't do this anymore. See, because if I do this, I'm going to explode on you. And if I explode on you, I don't know what will happen. I cannot do this with you anymore. And you're not going to change. You're set in your ways. And I'm not going to change because I'm setting my ways. So therefore, I think it's best that I step back, and you have to get somebody else, or you either got to get your license and get the van fixed. I think it's best that you do it yourself, because you want things done a certain way, and I cannot live up to your expectations. I cannot, and I will not. I'm tired of being under somebody's foot all the time. I'm sick of it. I went through it for 14 years on the Transit Authority. I went through it in different other ministries. And when I ran the ministry, I was fair with the way I did. I asked people, well, can you do it this way? I don't have to be tough with somebody unless they don't want to step up like they're supposed to. You, on the other hand, you want things done the way you want it done, how you want it done. Is no exceptions at all. No. Ministry has a certain amount of flexibility. Otherwise, you're going to run people away. You are. Or you're going to have people dropping dead from the stress of dealing with you. It's a lot of stress. I went to the chiropractor last week. She said, wow, look at all of these knots you have down your back. Wow, what is going on? And I told her, and she said, well, you're going to have to do something about that, because this is no good for you, especially you having an immune system problem. This is not good. And you're not going to change, so it's no use of discussing anything with you. You're not going to change. So I'm just going to just say, I got to step back. The decision is yours, whatever you do. Maria Harry, what can I say?